Here are 50 important English words that begin with the letter A, along with their meanings and 2 example sentences for each word. Abandon. Meaning, to leave behind or give up completely. Example 1. She had to abandon her old car in the parking lot. Example 2. They decided to abandon the sinking ship. Ability. Meaning, the capacity to do something or a skill. Example 1. His ability to play the piano impressed everyone at the party. Example 2. They have the ability to adapt to new situations quickly. Absence. Meaning, the state of being away or not present. Example 1. Her absence from the meeting was noticed by her colleagues. Example 2. They regretted their absence from the family reunion. Accept. Meaning, to receive willingly or agree to something. Example 1. She accepted the job offer with enthusiasm. Example 2. They accepted the apology and moved on. Accomplish. Meaning, to achieve or complete a task or goal successfully. Example 1. She set out to accomplish her dream of traveling the world. Example 2. They were able to accomplish the project ahead of schedule. Achieve. Meaning, to successfully reach a goal or accomplish something. Example 1. She worked hard to achieve her dream of becoming a doctor. Example 2. They achieved their sales targets for the quarter. Action. Meaning, something done or an act of doing something. Example 1. Her quick action saved the child from harm. Example 2. They took immediate action to address the issue. Adapt. Meaning, to adjust or change in response to new circumstances. Example 1. She had to adapt to the new culture when she moved abroad. Example 2. They learned to adapt to working from home during the pandemic. Address. Meaning, the location of a place or to speak or write to someone. Example 1. She couldn't find the address of the restaurant in the city. Example 2. They decided to address the issue at the next team meeting. Advance. Meaning, to move forward or make progress. Example 1. She wanted to advance her career by taking on more responsibilities. Example 2. They made significant advances in the field of technology. Adventure. Meaning, an exciting or risky experience, often involving travel or exploration. Example 1. They embarked on an adventure to climb Mount Everest. Example 2. She enjoyed reading about the adventures of fictional characters. Advertise. Meaning, to promote or make known through advertisements. Example 1. The company decided to advertise their new product on television. Example 2. She saw an advertisement for a summer sale at the mall. Advise. Meaning, to offer suggestions or recommendations. Example 1. He advised her to save some money for the future. Example 2. They advised their friend to seek professional help. Affection. Meaning, a feeling of fondness or love for someone or something. Example 1. She showed affection by giving her dog a hug. Example 2. They expressed their affection for each other with a smile. Afraid. Meaning, feeling fear or anxiety. Example 1. she was afraid of the dark as a child. Example 2. They were afraid of the thunderstorm. Against. Meaning, in opposition to or in contrast with. Example 1. She spoke against the proposed changes in the company policy. Example 2. They were competing against strong teams in the tournament. Age. Meaning, the number of years a person or thing has existed. Example 1. She celebrated her 30th birthday, marking a new age in her life. Example 2. They discussed the age of the ancient artifact. Agree. Meaning, to have the same opinion or come to a consensus. Example 1. They agreed on the best course of action. Example 2. She and her friend always seem to agree on everything. Aid. Meaning, assistance or support provided to someone in need. Example 1. They offered financial aid to the hurricane victims. Example 2. She provided first aid to the injured hiker. Air. Meaning, the invisible gaseous substance surrounding the earth. Example 1. She enjoyed the fresh air in the countryside. Example 2. They felt the warm air on a summer day. Alarm. Meaning, a signal or device used to alert or warn. Example 1. The fire alarm rang loudly in the building. Example 2. She set the alarm clock to wake up early. Allow. Meaning, to give permission or make something possible. Example 1. They allowed him to enter the restricted area. Example 2. She allowed extra time for the project. Alone. Meaning, to be by oneself or without others. Example 1. She preferred to be alone in her room when she needed to concentrate. Example 2. They left him alone to finish his work. Already. Meaning, before or by this time. Example 1. She had already completed the assignment. Example 2. They had already seen the movie. Also. Meaning, in addition to or likewise. Example 1. She wanted a salad and also a bowl of soup. Example 2. They were also interested in the latest fashion trends. Although. Meaning, despite the fact that or even though. Example 1. Although it was raining, they decided to go for a walk. Example 2. She continued working although she was feeling unwell. Always. Meaning, at all times or on every occasion. Example 1. She always starts her day with a cup of coffee. Example 2. They always make time for family gatherings. Amazing. Meaning, causing great surprise or wonder. Example 1. The fireworks display was truly amazing. Example 2. She was amazed by his talent for playing the guitar. Angry. Meaning, feeling strong displeasure or irritation. Example 1. She was angry at her friend for forgetting her birthday. Example 2. They became angry when their flight was delayed. Animal. Meaning, a living organism that is not a plant or human. Example 1. She adopted a rescue animal from the shelter. Example 2. They saw many different animals at the zoo. Another. Meaning, one more or an additional thing or person. Example 1. She wanted another slice of cake. Example 2. they decided to try another restaurant. Answer. Meaning, a response to a question or problem. Example 1. She provided a detailed answer to the math problem. Example 2. They couldn't find an answer to the mystery. Any. Meaning, one or some of a thing or group without specifying which. Example 1. She can choose any color for her room. Example 2. They could visit any city for their vacation. Appear. Meaning, to become visible or be seen. Example 1. The stars appear in the night sky. Example 2. She appeared on television as a guest. Approach. Meaning, to come near or a method of doing something. Example 1. Their approach to solving the issue was innovative. Example 2. She decided to take a cautious approach. Area. Meaning, a region or part of a larger space or location. Example 1. She lived in a quiet area of the city. Example 2. They explored the scenic areas of the national park. Argue. Meaning, to engage in a verbal dispute or disagreement. Example 1. She didn't like to argue with her family members. Example 2. They argued about which movie to watch. Arm. Meaning, the upper limb of the human body between the shoulder and the hand. Example 1. She injured her arm while playing sports. Example 2. They linked arms and walked down the street. Around. Meaning, in a circular or surrounding position. Example 1. She looked around the room for her missing keys. Example 2. They traveled around the world on a cruise. Art. Meaning, creative expression or the creation of something beautiful. Example 1. She admired the art in the museum. Example 2. They appreciated the art of storytelling. Ask. Meaning, to pose a question or request information. Example 1. She asked for directions to the nearest restaurant. Example 2. They asked him about his weekend plans. At. Meaning, expressing location or a point in time. Example 1. She arrived at the airport early. Example 2. They met at the coffee shop for a chat. Attack. Meaning, to launch an offensive action or to criticize severely. Example 1. The soldiers planned to attack the enemy at dawn. Example 2. She didn't expect the harsh attack on her ideas. Attend. Meaning, to be present at or go to an event or place. Example 1. She will attend the conference next week. Example 2. They regularly attend yoga classes for relaxation. Attention. Meaning, focusing one's mind on something or the act of noticing. Example 1. She paid close attention to the lecture. Example 2. They captured the audience's attention with their performance. Attractive. Meaning, appealing or pleasing to the eye or senses. Example 1. She wore an attractive dress to the party. Example 2. They found the scenery at the beach very attractive. Aunt. Meaning, the sister of one's parent. Example 1. Her aunt visited from out of town. Example 2. They spent the weekend with their aunt. Away. Meaning, at a distance or in the opposite direction. Example 1. She traveled away from home for a vacation. Example 2. They moved away from the noisy city to the countryside. Awake, meaning not asleep or conscious. Example 1. She woke up feeling fully awake. Example 2. They stayed awake all night to finish their project. Away, meaning at a distance or in the opposite direction. Example 1. She traveled away from home for a vacation. Example 2. They moved away from the noisy city to the countryside. I hope you find these words and examples helpful. If you have any more words or specific requests, feel free to let me know.